What is up, YouTube? We have been hard at work here at Boolean creating an awesome project management system for painting companies inside of Airtable. I mean, look, guys, running a $4+ million painting company should not mean drowning in scheduling chaos, invoicing errors, and other overwhelming admin headaches. Airtable is the solution for scaling your painting company in 2025 and beyond. This video is me walking a client through all the customizations that can be done inside of the Airtable base that we just made for them. And the best part is that here at Boolean, we've spent the last 6 months crafting and designing the best Airtable interface to manage your painting company. And if you don't like it, you can change it because it's a no-code tool. So it's like getting the best of both worlds. It's practically a custom project management software for your business without having to spend the custom software development and maintenance. But at the same time, it's no code. So you can do all, like anyone can learn Airtable and drag and drop the editor and get everything that you want exactly the way that you want it. But we have created this, what we call Paint OS inside of Airtable. And it is a full project management system. So the moment that the deal is won, you send it from your CRM system into Airtable, and you're able to do everything from deposit invoicing, change orders, scheduling the crew, getting colors from clients, automating task creation and reminders for production, for managers, for supervisors. It's all housed under this one roof. And the thing that I love about Airtable more than anything is that it is your source of truth for your business. So if you've struggled with creating reports or getting the information that you need at the fingertips of the people in your business that need those reports and those dashboards, this is the solution, because every single data point in your business is inside of Airtable. So without further ado, that's what we're going to be covering in this video. Like I said, this is a walkthrough of a base that we just gave to a client, and they were asking all sorts of great questions about, hey, can I do this? How long has this been available? What if I want to do this? And it's just great questions that I felt like many of you are probably going to have. So that's why I wanted to put it up here. So if you have any questions regarding this, or you'd like to chat about getting this Paint OS Airtable for you, please don't hesitate to reach out and book a call below. Let's get into this video.
When we click on the job here, we would want it to be reorganized. Like the scheduling details should be up top. Notes. After that would be notes, and then the finance summary, customer information, links and forms, and then manage invoicing, expenses, and tasks on the bottom. Like that's how. Yeah. So is that?
Yeah. So, yep. So if you want to click edit pages, hover over the left top where it says paint.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now go ahead and try again. Click on that.
Edit page. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this is before you just start moving stuff around. I'll explain the logic behind it all. Go ahead and on the top left where it says pages.
Top this. Okay.
Yeah, just click that and it'll collapse that out of the way. And then on the bottom left now, I see the double arrows to the left. I just like moving it out of the way so we have a full screen to work with. Okay. So the core thing to understand is that there's different, each of these things are called groups. So we have like job resources not distributed. That's a group that is really critical, that shows up anytime that the resources are not correct. So notice that there's a little eye to the left that has a cross through it, that like a little icon.
Oh, this
an
one?
eyeball with farther over to the left. It's just like really tiny right there.
Oh,
So it's just saying that this entire group has rules that are going to only show it at certain times. So you're not going to see it unless it's an issue and then it pops up. So that one you can leave, scroll down. The job on hold also has visibility things. The final invoicing also has visibility. And each of those things we have show up at different stages. because at different stages, different things are critical. So we pull it to the top so that you can see it right away.
Mhm.
So it sounds like the biggest thing to click preview, the little toggle at the top. So you can see here, if you go look, like the one that we're in right now, because it's in the scheduled status, it's showing the invoicing interface and the job details, because that typically is what people want to see when it's in the scheduled status. So if you move it to ready, move the status to ready, notice that that little card at the top goes away.
Mhm.
You scroll back
Oh,
up, see how it's not there anymore?
so it changes in the condition of what's the project status.
Yeah, you can actually make it, we can come up with whatever creative conditions we want to hide or show different groups. That's the main thing I'm wanting to explain, is just there is some thought. Like, I'm always happy to rearrange, but I want to make sure before we just start mixing up stuff that we created, that you guys understand that there are certain things that I think are more relevant at different times, and that's when we bring it to the surface. And then
Mhm.
other times it's just down on the page or it's hidden or something.
Mm.
So if you switch back to, like, let's, with this one, let's just move it to in progress, for example. And because the end date of the project is Friday, see how the project end date is 2/14.
Mhm.
It's showing the scroll to the top. It's showing you the final invoicing and job closeout because it already is in the past. But if you scroll down and change that end date to, say, I don't know, to a week from now, like click the 21st, scroll up. So you'll see that that invoicing thing doesn't show up because it's more than 2 days away. So there's lots of little things that we put in where if the project is ending within the next 48 hours and it's in progress, show the invoicing thing at the top.
Oh.
So
So
as the project gets closer to finishing, when you go open it up, you're most likely, that's when you're going to want to invoice for it. So if you change the project end date to tomorrow, now
this will
there's the
pop up.
invoicing again. Yeah. And all of that stuff is visible, like that invoicing interface. It's always available. It's just, you have to scroll. So scroll to the bottom and you'll see the little section that says invoicing. Keep going down right there, manage financials. So that's the same button. We just made it pop up at the top because when you're getting close to finishing the job and it's in progress, we typically, people want to invoice. So that's when we're showing it to them.
Yeah, that is actually a good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Give me a second. That is actually a good thing to note.
And the other thing that I would say is really critical is um keep in mind that I'm just trying to show you we can do it based on status, we can do it based on the dates, we can do it based on other fields. So you can have things show and hide pretty much anything you can imagine as long as it's a data point in the system.
Mhm.
But you just have to think through, like, and it can be a combination of things. So it could be like, under these three circumstances, if they're all true, show it, or if any one of them isn't true, don't show it. So stuff like that as well.
Oh.
Um, and then the other thing is, notice that the project hours, the actual versus estimated,
Mhm.
I'm guessing that you guys might not care about the hours like other companies do. So we only show the actual versus estimated when the project is in progress. So if you changed it back to ready, notice that the project hours versus actual, um, it goes away because there's no hours to show. You know what I
Oh.
mean? But if you guys aren't even having your subs track hours, then that's probably something we just want to remove entirely.
Mhm.
You know what I
So
mean?
yeah, but I don't know what Rob would think about that. Maybe he'll start tracking these things in the future, but
Yeah, yeah. And then
Um,
the other thing is that, see that one right there, pre-production tasks, gather colors. I'm assuming that that's done. See
wait,
right at the top there,
hold.
pre-production tasks.
Where am I looking at? Oh, this one.
Yeah, so if you change that to completed,
It'll
now it says
disappear.
all tasks are completed.
Oh.
So that's the other reason why I would say I don't like, you can see that scheduling details are actually at the top already.
Mm-hmm.
It's
True.
just that we have rules that show other things above scheduling details if they're quote unquote more important. So the
Oh.
idea is like, oh, we should show you we should show you tasks that aren't completed before we show you the scheduling details, because you probably want to know that there's something that needs to get done on this one. But as soon as you complete the task, then it hides, and now you're looking at scheduling details.
Oh, perfect. Okay, wait. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot more sense now, but I'm not sure if I'm able to explain that to Annie properly. But yes, that does make a lot more sense now that why. So it's like basically it's just a warning for us that there's something missing, just so it eliminates the possibility of fucking up a job, right?
That's the goal, yeah.
Okay.
And the other thing is, if you scroll down where links and forms,
Mm-hmm.
we can still, like, if you want notes, like we can put notes above links and forms. It sounds like that's a really simple one. So go back, toggle off preview,
Mm-hmm.
and then scroll down to where you see the notes section. And this is the part that's like, you're going to be blown away by how many cards there are that are
Oh,
all
yeah.
conditionally visible. That
Oh,
right
yeah.
where it says notes, keep going down.
Oh,
So
this
right
one.
there, grab that whole section. So
This
make sure
one.
the whole thing, yep, click there.
And then.
So you should be able to click, yeah, click and drag it up right above, oop,
Yep.
down, right there. And
Oh.
then, yeah, so now we've rearranged the order there. And again, if Andy wants to always see the scheduling details at the very top, no matter what, even above all of those notices that we have that are popping in,
Mm-hmm.
we could still drag it to the top if you wanted to. I would wait. We could like send her the clip of this video so she can see how everything is set up and she can decide, do I want to do that or not? But
Mm-hmm.
just so you know, you can rearrange the cards, but I think it's important to understand the rules around how things hide and show before you start rearranging stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, when you're in the editor like you're at right now, the editor can be really confusing because there's all these things that are showing you here, but they're not actually present in the front because there's rules that hide it.
Oh, like this one. Yeah, this one. When we completed the stage of the tasks, this one just disappeared.
And
But
if
it,
you click on that one where that all tasks completed,
Mhm.
click on the group around it, a little bit wider. Yeah, there. Now scroll over to the right. You see where it says rules, visibility, 9 conditions
Oh,
at the bottom of that list,
wait.
on the
Oh,
right
this one?
column.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So click that. And so
Oh.
this is all of the rules that determine whether or not it shows. So notice that there's a bunch of them, they're all in groups. So like
Mm-hmm.
the first one, it's one of each of those groups. It says where the first group is the project status is any of new, on hold, scheduled, or ready, and the pre-production task not completed is not 0 or equals 0, sorry. And so that first group has to be true, or the second group has to be true, or the third group has to be true in order for that thing to show.
Oh, okay. That
So
makes.
again, I'm just pointing out where the stuff is. You don't have to worry about like deleting or removing anything,
Mm-hmm.
but we can send this to Andy and Rob. They can watch it and then say, okay, yes, we do want to change that, or no, we don't, or whatever, you know.
Oh, yeah. That makes.
So go ahead and publish the changes you made on the top right,
Okay.
and then it's
So
going to take you
okay. So when I click publish, this makes changes to what Andy sees.
everybody.
Oh, everybody.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. And then again, all that we did was we moved the notes above the links.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else we left the same.
Mm-hmm. So
Um, go ahead.
just to circle back on what you explained earlier, so if this job was not like there were prerequisite tasks, it would pop up first up here.
Yeah.
So before we can see the scheduling details, just so what I mentioned earlier, just so we don't miss anything. Um,
Yep.
it is a good to have. I don't know what Andy will think about it, but it is good to have. The more that the more you guys explain on how the system works, I'm beginning to understand how it works, how you guys uh, made it work. It does make more. It's making sense, but not entirely.
The one
But
thing I would
I'm
say
getting
is
there.
that as like this is the hardest part of our job is there are so many things that Airtable can do.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't even like when you're trying to take someone that's never used it and try to explain everything to them, it's just like complete overwhelm. So it's normal to be like, "Oh my gosh, like I don't even know what I'm looking at." But the best part about it, in my opinion, is that you guys can rearrange and create the interface that is optimal for the way Paint wants to work. So there's a balance of like, I have spent personally hundreds of hours trying to create what I think is the most logical thing. So there's a balance of like, at least try to understand why it was created the way it was before just deleting stuff, in
Mm-hmm.
my opinion, because there might be things a month from now where you're like, hey, it'd be nice to have blank. And turns out we already thought of that and it's in here, you know. But at the same time, there's also like the hours thing. That would be an example if Rob and Andy are like, we aren't going to use hours ever, then it'd be like, great, let's just get that out of the way because we don't need to show it to you if you're never going to use it. You know what I mean? And
True.
even as far as like all of the fields that you see inside of scheduling details. There's the start date, scroll back up, the start date, the end date, all that. If you wanted to see other things, we can hide or add fields to just that section. So not only can we can we move whole groups of things, but if you're like, I really want to see, I'm trying to think, like, I want to know the total job amount to be shown right here.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can show you the total dollar amount, or you want to see the crew amount or whatever. Like we
Oh,
can put in all of those things anywhere you want. It's just
in
like,
here.
let's try and think through where do we want to see it at.
Oh, so like if let's say I wanted the job number posted on the scheduling details, is that's also possible?
Yep. And the job number is actually in the title up at the top.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I was
But
just thinking the
yes,
top of my head. Yes.
but yeah, so click edit. I'll just show you. Just so you know how to do it. Click edit pages again,
Okay.
and then scroll down to the scheduling details section.
Mm-hmm.
And then where that blue plus is, when you're hovering, click the
This
blue
one.
plus. Yep. And then just search for project number. There it is. And then click it. Yep, that one.
Also,
And
it
now
was.
project number is there. And you could click and drag and move it to the bottom or whatever. In this case, I would probably say, you just hide it because it's already technically visible. But
Mm-hmm.
if that's the example of like, if there was something that you were like, I want to see, yeah, just click remove. I want to see whatever, then you can click that blue plus, and if you search through the fields that popped up there, there's like
Mm-hmm.
200 data points in the background that are all part of the project. And that's why this is why I think Airtable is amazing because there's so much data in the background and you get to pick what do I want to see to do my job, you know?
Oh,
So any data point in the system we can pull to the surface to show you if it's helpful for you to do your job. But it's really comes down to like, yeah, start using it. And then as you're in it, you're like, oh, I always have to go look up the customer phone number or whatever. It's like, oh, let's make that easier and let's pull that to the surface, you know? Um,
Has this been has it always been like this that we had the options to do this?
oh yeah. hmm
Oh, okay. Well, I
That's
didn't.
the
So
thing is that if I just gave you guys a blank canvas, so there was nothing on it, it would take months to set this up. Like
true.
all of these things is one little thing at a time that you have to add.
Mhm.
So we took a lot of time to make the core, the base, like what is the logical way to set this up. And now once you get used to it, then we go through a process with each client of like, okay, how do you want this to work for you? And so like I have a meeting with Rob this afternoon to go through the project manager interface specifically, because right
Mhm.
now you're just looking at the coordinator.
Mhm.
And so we have a separate interface that has restricted fields that we're showing to the PMs. And the same thing for the lead employees. If you're subcontractors, we don't want to show them all of the details of the project. We can
Sure.
just show them the crew amount and the amount that they're going to make and the work order or whatever we want.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was gonna ask, like, where would we, as the coordinators, upload the work order from our end?
Good question. So isn't it already going to be there from Paint Scout?
What I've been doing is I've been downloading the work order from Paint Scout and uploading it from the calendar. Um, just so
Hmm.
the crews will just click on the attachment and it opens the work order. From my understanding, how Paint Scout works, they use like a link
Yep.
so the crews can just click over it and they can see what's the work order, right?
Yep. Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
let's tackle that one. So let's scroll down on the page.
Hmm.
And right there where it said links and go up, toggle on the preview again.
Sure.
So scroll up to where the links and forms are. So right there, there's the work order. And in this particular case, it looks like the work order is not, it's not clickable because there's no URL there.
Hmm.
So to resolve that, trying to think of the easiest way to do that. How would you go find the work order for this project? Tell me what you would do right now.
Oh, what I would do right now is I'm looking for, well, this is the name. Let me open Paint Scout. Wait, I think I should share my whole screen so you guys can see this. I open Rob's Paint Scout. I find David. And then here, I download the work order. After I download the work order, I copy and paste the PDF file on as an
Okay,
attachment
so
on calendar.
before you do that, let's do copy work order link.
Mm-hmm.
And actually give me 1 second. I'm gonna make an adjustment to the interface to show you how we'll paste this in there.
Okay. Question: if ever, like, since this is maybe it will take an adjustment for us as the coordinators, but is it at all possible to upload attachments on Airtable for the crews to see, or are the links the only way to do this?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna show you right now. I think I have a good idea, and you can tell me if you're like, oh, that's sweet, like let's do that.
Okay.
Or tell me if you want to keep doing it the way you are. Um, so back to copy that link
Mm-hmm.
and then go back to Airtable.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the links section, scroll down. See where it
Should I?
says edit job links? I just added that for you.
Oh, okay.
Click edit or click on the white square. It's kind of I wish there was a way to just take you. Yeah, click that. And then you just paste in the URL. And then if you have the internal and external, what that means is it's like the edit view versus the external, which is like the customer link.
Mm,
So I don't know if you need to put the quote in there, but if you go back to Paint Scout, you can do the copy proposal link. Yep, that one. And then
oh,
do the preview link. Yep, and then paste that in.
for external.
and then the internal go back to Paint Scout, the actual URL of the
Oh.
website.
This one.
And that takes you to, like, if a sales rep wanted to edit the quote, it would take you straight to there.
That
And then if you have a company cam link, you could put the link there for the project, you know.
let me check if I do have a company cam link for this. Because we as coordinators, we haven't really used company cam. We don't use company cam when we schedule, but I do use company cam when we do insurance projects. Okay, so this particular customer is not on company cam because I assume because this is not an insurance project, so it's not there.
Yeah. So then you can close out of that side screen. But now you'll see that the link, see the gray box that says work order? The crew could click on that and it would actually open up the URL for the work order. So then you wouldn't have to do and keep in mind that new projects that are coming into the system, that work order link's going to be filled out already.
Oh, so when the salesperson makes an edit, this updates as well?
Exactly. Yep.
I'm gonna try and do it so I see what it looks like.
Yeah, absolutely.
TBD. Hours needed. Okay, save. Okay, so hitting refresh. Oh, that is kind of neat.
Nice.
That does look neat. Oh, yeah, that changes the way that does change on how it works, on how we work. I do like it. I think Andy will like it as well because that's less work for us.
Mhm.
We just need the links. I don't need to fill my computer with PDFs.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, this does make a lot of sense. This helps. Like I didn't know how we link that, but this definitely helps. Okay, perfect. That makes a lot of sense now.
Can you assign the lead on this one to
Wait,
just is there right there?
let me check on the
Oh,
customer.
you're gonna see who it is?
Yeah. Just in case. Okay, so looks like this customer isn't officially scheduled yet. Okay,
It said that is the start and end date incorrect for the 14th?
Oh, that's just a placehold. Like
Uh
because Rob mentioned that he would want all projects, even though it's a placehold, be on Airtable.
with
For
a
the
date.
with a date, so future PMs can check Airtable, so they don't
Yeah.
have back and forth. Yeah. So we're just gonna assign Goyo. Oh, wait, why is Goyo? Goyo.
Go over to the left or to the Paint OS settings
Mm-hmm.
and let's look at Goyo and see which
Where?
one are you in? Are you in Sensible? Is that his name?
Sensible. Yes.
Okay. I'm thinking that Goyo either has the project type is not a skill that he has potentially, or what could be the other reason?
Job difficulty.
Oh yeah, it could be. I'm adding these to the interface so you can see all of them. Okay, so now you can see those 4 types there. Let's go look at the Paint OS settings on the side, on the bottom of the gears there.
Oh,
Nope, down.
one.
Yep. And then people. And let's look at his. Scroll down. Okay, so see right there you have which one is Goyo? Can you extend the name column so we can see what's written there? Oh, I guess you have to be in turn preview off and then you can adjust it.
Oh, wait, okay.
Oh, see how he only has a 1 on communication.
Oh, I see.
So if you hit publish,
Let me hit publish so this saves, right?
yeah. And so basically what that means if you go back to the project now,
Here.
yeah, you need to change communication to 1. And now Goyo would be able to be selected because he is a 1 on communication.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so then what I was going to say is because we had Goyo, go back to the people and settings.
Mm-hmm.
and up on the top section where the scroll up, find Goyo on this one.
Here,
Yeah, where is he at?
there.
Right there. So see where it says Airtable user? We're gonna put your Airtable user as Goyo for now. So click Nathan. And what
Mhm,
that's gonna do is when we go look at the other interface I'm about to show you,
mhm,
you are going to see what Goyo would see because you're logged in as Nathan right now. But
mhm.
we're telling Airtable that your Airtable user is Goyo. We're just like, you know what I'm saying? So once we give your subs Airtable users, you would make the Airtable user for Goyo whatever his Airtable account is
Oh, but
instead of
this,
yours.
so we don't have to do this every time, right? This is just a
No,
one.
I'm just showing you to be able to show you the next phase here. So
Okay.
click on the down, go to the lead section. It's that what up one, right?
Wait,
It's the second folder. Yeah, production lead.
okay.
So then click all projects. And
Oh.
because we made your user is listed as Goyo, Goyo
Mhm,
is assigned to these two projects. So this goes back to the thing of like right now, you guys are putting PDFs in the calendar events, and you
mhm.
won't need to do that once we give Airtable access to your leads.
Oh,
Until then, you keep doing what you're doing, but I'm just painting the roadmap of what is coming, right? So
yeah.
click on that. So if I'm Goyo, I would see when I log into Airtable, and this is the key thing to realize, because you're an admin, Nathan, you can see members, production lead, manager, coordinator, finance, sales, like you see all the stuff on the left there, all
This
of
is
those interfaces.
mhm.
Yeah, when Goyo logs in,
This is what I see.
he would only see production over on on the left.
Oh,
He doesn't even see the other options. He's only going to see production lead with projects and my tasks. He doesn't see
oh,
anything else.
okay,
So
perfect.
he's going to be in this view. So he clicks, and this is what he sees now. So this is what I'm going to talk to Rob about this afternoon is what of the like there's probably some other links that we could hide because he's not going to use them or
Mhm,
your subs won't use them. But
mhm.
notice there is that quote link there. And so he would see that quote or the work order. Sorry, work order is probably more important. I'm guessing we might actually hide the quote button
Yeah,
and
yeah,
only show the work order, you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
So then the production leads would only see work order, and if you go back, I don't remember what else is critical for them to see. But if they need to add like a change order or they need to like they probably don't even need to open up HubSpot.
Yeah, they don't
They
like.
just need
I think
the
the work
contact
order.
name and number and then like directions,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Just the
So
work
let's
order
go
is
ahead
fine.
and let's click edit pages right now. We're just going to clean this up and then I'll show Rod the changes that we made later. So on each one, click click on that one and then go to the three dots on the click on it and three dots on the right and then click the garbage can remove and then do I don't think they log expenses either, right?
Um, they do. They just log their expenses by texting Andy. So,
Okay, so we'll probably
but
keep that
just
because this would
keep
be an
that for now.
improvement. Yeah. So open company cam, do they have to do that ever?
That I'm not sure, but I think that
Okay,
would
we
be
can
Rob would. Yeah, you and Rob would talk about that
Okay.
later.
And then I would say probably delete the generate hold harmless, they're never emailing the customer, right?
Nope, nope, nope.
Yeah, so we can remove the customer links there and the mobile. And then yeah, then they would see the project contact, name, phone, the notes, scroll down, we've got the color information over on the side. Eventually there will be a picture of the front of the house. That's just not turned on yet. That's what that big box is.
Mm,
So that'd be a picture of the project. And then, yeah, if they had tasks, the task would show up there, which I think we should hide that or to get rid of that because I don't think that we're going to be using tasks for the production leads. We're only using tasks for the PMs. So let's go ahead and remove that section as well. And then they could see, I think we're fine with them seeing who's the manager. They're going to see themselves as the lead.
mm-hmm.
Members, do you guys put crew members on? You guys probably don't use that, right?
There have been cases that there's a specific crew member that they'd like to send in, but
Yeah, maybe you keep it.
yeah. What
And then
additional user access?
that's just because you notice that the leads only get to see their projects.
Mm-hmm.
So the additional user access is any other users that you want to allow to see. Like if there was a lead that is not working on a project, but you wanted them to see the project for some reason, you could add them there and then they would be able to view the project. But project managers and you and Andy all get to see everything anyways. So you would just be adding additional user access for like, again, if Goyo was not on a project, but you wanted him to be able to see it for some reason, I'm not sure why you guys would use that. We probably can remove that. I don't know if that makes sense.
Well, I was thinking there have been a case where two crews were working on one job, but but they do have different work orders. So yeah, I don't think it would make sense that both of them would be seeing the same page.
Yeah, I'd probably just take that off.
Okay.
And then scroll down. So then we have our project info, start date, end date, the notes, hours.
Okay.
Do we need to have, again, well, I guess I can ask Rod about hours.
Yeah.
And then those things there for like, do we want to show the budget and the expenses and gross profit? Probably not.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this would be our you and Rob conversation. I don't want to touch anything in terms of
Yeah.
finance.
Okay. And then customer info, estimator notes, keep going down. If there's any addendums, they would see the addendums there. That's the change orders. So that's fine. Scroll down. And then, yeah, the job is just linking back to the parent job that is part of the project that they're on.
So, wait, can I publish this first? Right?
Yep.
Because we did
Mhm.
make this earlier. Okay. So okay. So we can't, they can't click this.
No.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense now. Okay.
And we can make it so anything, well, they're not going to have edit access to anything at all because they're just view only. So they're only going to be able to get in. And if you go back to projects, click the back arrow. Keep in mind, I can switch from gallery on the right to calendar. So this is how they would see where they're going.
Oh.
So
But
they're, instead of using Google Calendar, they would just go here and they would see where
Their
they're scheduled, for their projects.
okay, perfect. But they would still have the options to view these,
Yeah.
right? And still see
What you're doing right now is exactly the functionality that they would have
Oh, okay.
from this interface. As soon as you go to one that's not the production lead interface, so if you hit the expand that column, so as soon as you get out of production lead, now they wouldn't have access to manager or coordinator or any of those things. But inside of production lead, you're seeing what they would see.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this makes more sense. Oh, cool. Okay, so in terms of making changes for job on Airtable, I think this would be best that I tackle this with Andy as well, so she can see what she wants to see. And since you already gave me access to making changes, would help speed things up.
Yes. Yeah.
But yes.
And you can see there's so many little tiny things, even just when we've been working on this. We just added the ability for you to edit now. There's the ability for you to quickly click on the links to edit the job links that we didn't have before. So if you scroll up on the link section,
Oh, this
now
one,
you
right?
click that white box. Yeah, we didn't have that before, but now you click that, you'll be able to go add in the work order links. And then again, keep in mind that it's weird that it's like cropped. Oh yeah, publish and then view it from it's probably just because it already is published. Hit done on the right.
I'll refresh just in case.
That was weird.
Yeah. Okay,
There we go. So keep in mind, like I said, moving forward, all of those links on new projects, all of it's going to be filled out for you. When the job comes in, when the sales rep wins it, it's going to come in with complete information.
When
But
they put these it's under the condition that the salespeople put the links on HubSpot, correct?
Well, actually, the automation will automatically do that for them too.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
But yes, for now, there's like you are going to be putting in links to stuff that's missing, and the sales reps are going to be putting stuff to like links to stuff that's missing. But if a project called today and they went all the way through the system from the beginning and they got scheduled and all that stuff,
Mhm.
all of the links and stuff should be filled out automatically. And there's going to be a time every now and then where it's like, oh, we switched the project and we need a new quote or whatever happens. And you might have to edit the link, but whatever link you put in the work order right there,
Mhm.
when the leads start using the work order button, that is what it's going to open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's making more sense. And
Sweet.
now that we can tailor it to how we want to see it, I want to go over with Andy with this. You mentioned earlier we can see the finance summary once this is in progress and the project is close to its end date, which is within 48 hours, right? This will pop
Yeah.
up.
Mm-hmm. And at any time, you can always see that if you scroll to the bottom and click on the invoicing or the finance section right there. So you can always get to it. It's just that we put it at the top and make it accessible when it's close to being finished.
So this is how Cindy would see it.
Cindy actually has a finance interface on the left. And so Cindy's going to see the ready for invoice, but that's a project that Cindy and I were working on where we have to clear out all the stuff that's already been paid that is not listed there. Because there's like 900 jobs that are in the finance interface for her, and we just need to see the ones that are still owed.
Oh wait, why did we click these to completed, right? Why is this back again? Is it because
Yep. Every time that the status changes, that triggers the creation of tasks. So you could click the checkbox next to those tasks and delete them. Right click and delete. But
okay.
yeah, anytime when you're toggling through the statuses, any tasks that are set up to trigger based on a status change are going to get created when the status changes.
Oh, so does it only trigger the task when we switch it to scheduled
Go to the settings and I'll show you where that is.
here?
And then go to task templates.
Mhm.
Okay, so right here, I'll explain this to you. We have it set up where we've got 3 types of categories of tasks: pre-production, production, and post-production tasks. So let's do that gather colors one at the top. The
Mhm.
title of the task is that, and this is the template that gets used every time. So what it says is the delta from the date reference. See how it says -5?
Mhm.
So that says when the task is created, it's going to look at what's the start date of the project, because it says the date reference is next to it, start date. So it's going to get the project start date, and 5 days before the project start date, it's going to make the due date of the task 5 days before the start date. But
Oh,
the trigger to create the task is when the project moves to scheduled.
okay. Okay, that
And
makes
then, so then we go to the next one, the intro call. So this one is the intro call when the project moves to the new status. Then it's going to make a task called intro call, and the due date of the task is going to be 0 days from the one date. And it's going to assign it to the manager.
so they would see it, but we don't.
Whoever if you're the manager, they would see it, or if you're the coordinator, you would see it. But yeah, but you can see that if you ever wanted to add tasks that need to get created or change it, so a task is created at a different time, the trigger is what like initiates the task to get created, and then the date reference is what date do you want us to look at in the system to base the due date of the task on. So the start date of the project, if the start date was February 14th, and I moved it to scheduled, then it's going to, for that gather colors, it's going to make the due date 5 days before February 14th. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. So I'm assuming -5 is 5 days before, and so the +5 is 5 days after.
After. Yep, exactly. And over on the far right, notice that we have a project type.
Mm-hmm.
So all of the project types are blank, which is why the only task that's getting created right now is the gather colors. So
Okay.
if you wanted to make, like, you could say that there's a task that we only do when we have exterior projects, and then you would choose the drop down there for project type.
Cabinets, exterior, interior. What's this? Okay. Drywall. So these things were already set up, but we since there's no project type, these won't pop up for the manager.
Yes, correct. So if you wanted to say, let's start making them for all projects again, then you could put in all projects. So choose that. Then you could check all projects and it would show up on all project types. But if you were like, ooh, we only want to do paint orders on exterior or whatever, or again, let's say you wanted to make some brand new task that we don't have yet, you can click the add task. And this again is the template for all projects in the future moving forward.
Okay.
And I'm also thinking I'm just going to rearrange the order because as I'm explaining this to you, I'm like, oh, it actually makes more sense to have it be, what do you want the trigger to be? So I'm going to change the order. The trigger is first. So when do you want this to get created? And then you want it to be how many days before or after the due date?
Yeah.
That makes sense. So it's like, if you look at this now, I think that's good. Project type, yeah. So I'm just making the adjustment there.
So you're making it task. Due
So
date.
who's the task for? When do you want it to be triggered to create it? And then I want it to be 5 days before the start date of the project, or I want it, you know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
think that order makes more sense.
Yeah, this makes sense. I think it updated live.
Yeah.
Because okay, just refresh. Okay, so we can make changes
So all
uh,
this, yeah.
to all of this if we do want to add more. So
Basically, the stuff to the what should you not change is you don't want to start changing field names. So like if you're when you're editing pages, go
Mhm.
click edit pages.
Edit pages.
And then, so like you could rename anything you see here, the badges, certifications, that stuff, the titles. But if you click on a section here, and then over on the right, if you scroll down the far right column, yep, scroll down. So see where all these fields right there? If you
Yes.
click on the 3 dots on the right, that click edit, this is what you do not want to change.
Oh,
So basically, that when you start editing field names and types and stuff like that, and you can see you have to click pretty far in. But
yeah,
if you're
yeah.
just changing the order of stuff or hiding things or whatever, that's not going to break anything. But don't start making changes to field names or deleting fields. You can hide fields, and hiding them is just clicking the I. So like over there, if you click the I next to where it says first name, if you clicked that, it would hide the first name and not show it, but that's different than deleting it. Does that make sense?
So if I click this right now, it won't
Yeah, go
make.
ahead and do it.
Okay.
And see how it just hid off of the chart? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. So now you can bring it all back by going and search in the top there for name. And then you can scroll on the list down there. It says first name, last name.
oh,
No,
okay.
not that. You want not that one. There you go. That one. Name, last name, and then bring back email. Click on the email or search for email
Email. Okay, email.
and do
Uh,
work email.
work email.
And then now delete email from the search, just from the search fields. And now when you're not searching, now you can rearrange. So you could drag first name back to the top and then last name and then
Oh,
email.
damn. Okay, that is so nice.
Yeah. You're like practically an Airtable expert now.
No, not yet. But it would help like if they have like minor like changes. As,
Yeah.
as long as I only make changes to what I see here, right?
In the interface. Yep.
The interface. As long as I don't touch anything on the right, which is here,
Yep.
it shouldn't be an issue.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay. Okay.
I'm actually gonna hide the certification thing for now because I think Rod said that's something that you might do in the future. But I think certifications is just it's probably making it more confusing.
For the certifications, I think it's good that you still bring it back. Don't remove any of that for now because I think Rob would want to add stuff there. But yeah.
But you
Uh,
guys aren't using it right now, right?
for on our end, no. So yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I don't
in my opinion, we can definitely add it when it starts becoming something that you use, but there's so many new things right now that I'm like, I just want to make sure that you guys aren't confused by a bunch of features that are cool, but not like they're not essential for you guys using it right now. And then,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff that's like, wait, what does this do? It's like, don't even worry about it. We'll talk about it later and we can unhide it when the time comes.
Okay. So should I hit publish now?
Yeah, you can click publish.
Okay. So okay.
And
Now that
yeah,
you
just
okay,
now
perfect.
hit done.
Yes.
There we go. Much cleaner.
Yeah, it's much cleaner now. Okay.
Miguel, how is the rest of their bugs and backlog tickets and stuff coming? What other big things are there that we need to work on?
Yeah, about like making sure like my tickets that I send pop up on Slack. If it doesn't pop up on the Slack.
It should. Like, go ahead, let's try it again. I don't think you've submitted one recently.
Oh no, I haven't submitted one recently, but
Let's go ahead and test it right now and see what happens.
While Nathan is doing that, I think Chris, the one of the things that I need clarity on is there's a ticket here or a backlog ticket with regards to Paint Scout templates. Like the proposals. I'm going to link the task here on Google Meet.
Okay. Did you just submit a task, Nathan?
yep, I did. I set the due date today.
Okay.
Nathan, what's the title?
The title is just test. I sent it today.
I see it there. Why is it not coming into Slack?
It's not coming yet.
Could you go back to the screen where you created the task, please? Okay, I'm gonna make one adjustment.
So like, did you figure out why you guys are not receiving my tickets?
Yeah, it's because of it's not just yours, it was everyone's that aren't showing up because
Oh, while we wait, can I ask you guys questions?
Mhm.
If a job has been paid in full, should it be marked as closed or job costed? And is job costed another term used when an invoice has been sent, or does it mean something different?
So job costed would be like it's the final step. If you guys do like a review of like, hey, all this stuff is in there, we're good to go, then you move it to job costed, like all expenses and stuff are in there, and then you can close it out when it's like there's nothing else for us to do on this project.
Oh, so marked
Um
as closed is like
yeah, if it's like from a year ago, you just move it to closed.
okay, but for recent jobs,
It's basically, I mean, honestly, we probably could get rid of job costed if that's not most companies have like a check-in where they like, hey, we job costed and we want to do like a group meeting once a month or once a week to look at all of our job costed jobs and see how and why we made money or didn't. And then after you review them, then you move them to closed. So it's just kind of like a holding place to note we've done all the stuff we need to do. Before we move it to closed, we're going to review all those, 5 jobs or 10 jobs that happened last week with the manager and the sales rep and have like a meeting on why it worked or didn't work.
Oh, okay.
All right, we're gonna see if that adjustment that I made fixes this.
So okay, so marking just so I understand completely, marking a job as closed means it's like there's we don't want anything to do with this job anymore. It's done. Job costed is for like some other companies do it for when they review on what happened to that specific job.
Yeah.
Oh, I have one more. Oh no, I still have a few, but I'm gonna ask along the way. Uh, what criteria causes a job to be placed under the uncategorized list on Airtable?
Oh, it's just if it doesn't have a status.
Oh,
If there's no status. And that you shouldn't have new projects fall in there. It might have been just some that were on there initially. That like got migrated in and just need to be updated.
oh,
You
okay.
know what I mean?
Yep. So it shouldn't happen to future jobs, just the previous ones when we were okay.
It should be just ones that are like migrated in and there was just missing data for whatever reason.
Mm. So we just need to fill out the missing data, or just like changing its status moves it.
Yeah, go to one of the ones that are like go to that view. I mean, I'll show you how you could end up with one there. If you clicked on Danielle, yeah, do that one.
Uh huh.
And then delete the status so that it's just the blank option. And now go back. Now it's uncategorized because it doesn't have a status. You just click and drag it to new.
Yeah, I forgot about that part.
Yeah, you just have it go right there.
So convenient.
And then
Uh,
you can just collapse the uncategorized column if you click on it. Yeah, so it's just out of the way.
oh,
There we go. Any other questions? You got a lot of good ones today.
it, j- they just happen to pop up. But for them, you mentioned like last week. For this week we're gonna be focusing on fixing the backlogs, right?
What do you mean backlogs?
Oh, like last week in our meeting before, you mentioned that this week we'll be hopping on meetings every day for the entire week, just so we can, if we have any more questions, we'll tackle any questions that we have and the other tickets that were unresolved.
Yeah, that's right. So we're just trying to do quick check-in meetings to like by the end of this week, I want you guys to be like totally smooth and feeling good. Things are working. You know how to fix issues that pop up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, on Airtable, I think I'll be able to fix these before we bug you guys again. um, but oh, I'm still trying to figure out Paint Scout. uh, the automation for Paint Scout and HubSpot, because last week Holly Holly was like, she asked this on the she submitted a ticket on these last week, but she self booked a customer, but it did not generate a Paint Scout proposal or HubSpot deal for either. Did she miss any steps in the process, or do you need to contact Holly for this?
What was the name of it? And Miguel, you could look up the specific instance.
Yeah, sure.
It's Mira Beln, Beln, Mira Mira, and another one is Garvin Laverick.
Oh, you know why? So this makes sense. The reason that um you have an Airtable account. Sorry, this is something unrelated to what you're talking about, but
Hmm?
your Airtable account is service at
Yes,
the
sir.
one you're logged into right now. But we have you listed in here as Nathan
Nathan.
at
Yeah, I have two accounts.
can you delete one or make them uh because I'm trying to think of how we solve that. We basically just need to pick which one would be better and then we'll get rid of the other.
Oh, service at because that's my Google email. So
Okay, so I'm gonna remove or add
I don't know why
service.
Nathan at service.com works when you send me an email, but when logging into stuff like Airtable, I need to use my proper email, which is service@com, because Nathan is a different email. They recognize it as a different email. So
So I just added you. Tell me if you can see.
okay, there it is. It popped up. Okay, so I accepted. Oh, okay. Okay, so do you want me to try and submit a ticket for this one?
Okay, it looks like it's working now. So yes, go ahead and submit a new ticket. Perfect.
So it's
Okay,
okay.
now it's the same. It should work just like before. And actually, the other thing I should add to that is just the. Oh no, the priority is there. You can
Yeah,
still pick priority.
yeah, the priority is
Yeah.
still there.
Okay, so that was the problem.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate your time. And if you have any questions regarding Airtable, automating your painting business, or whatever in the painting world, Boolean is dedicated to automating a painting company to the maximum level that it can be automated. If it's possible to run a painting company with one overhead staff, we're going to figure out how to do that. We're leveraging AI, automation, integrating all your tech together. That's what we're trying to do here at Boolean. So please reach out if you've got any questions or want to schedule a free discovery call. Until next time, guys, we free you up to do what you love, even when I can't talk. We'll talk to you later.